Hello people! Last time your video I did for you was long and involved. This one is going to be very short and sweet. You'll get a break from me for this week. I'm going out to visit my mom again in a week or so. So I'm doing another set of nails for her. Here's hoping the third time's the charm because I've been striking out so far. Okay, I've started off with the smallest, shortest tips I have, which were the squares, and I have kind of rounded them off a little on the free edge because the last set I did, she loved the design, didn't like the square shape. The ones before that, from last Christmas, I did those on a short coffin nail, and those were too long for her. Now, I did order some short oval nails, and they were longer than the short ones I already had, so I couldn't use those. So now we're going in with this nude. I'm just going to get the fluff cleaned up off of there. And we're going to cure those. Okay, those have been cured. We're going to give them a second coat. Now I'm not going to put a second coat on the middle or the ring finger because foil's going on that one. And it doesn't need it. Hopefully she likes this set. Alright, we're ready to move on now to the foil glue. Now you want to put a thin coat of this on, but don't make it so thin that you don't have enough on there. But you don't want a lot because it will wrinkle and then you can't put your foil on it like that. Also, I've been curing it for 90 seconds, and then you need to let it sit for at least 30 seconds to a minute before you go put your foil on. If you don't do that, it just doesn't want to stick as well. I think like the gluey stuff when it's warm from the lamp it doesn't get like its stickiness till it cools off, basically. So alright, now we're going to use this pink marble foil, which I've already cut off a piece. If you're not good at doing marble, like by hand with polish or acrylic or whatnot, there's always a cheat for everything. So don't be intimidated if you see a design you like and you can't do it the way you see other people doing it. There's always a workaround for stuff. So here's a way to do marble if you're not good at doing them by hand. So they have many colors of marble foils. And that's what I decided to go with on here. Frankly, it would have been faster for me to just do it with the polish, but she picked out this foil, so that's what we're going with. And have I told you guys how much I hate working on these teeny tiny little short nails? They're hard for me to get a grip on when I'm trying to do stuff with them. Okay, I'm just going to use the edge of my nail, and we're going to try to squidge out those little wrinkles that are in the side of there. Just keep giving them a good rub. I'll start off with these with the silicone tool, and then I usually switch to my fingernail, or sometimes I'll get out my cuticle pusher and use that to rub it on with. And for God's sakes, please don't rip it off like a Band-Aid. I see people do that all the time, and that always creates problems. Now see how that little piece didn't stick? If you had ripped that off, then you have to try to line them up again. If you take it off slowly, if you got any missing parts, you can just lay it right back down. It'll be all lined up, and then you're good to go, and just keep rubbing it so we get it on there. Okay, and there we are. I'm going to show you one more in a second, but that one's done. Now the next one I had a little bit of an issue with, so you'll see what I did to fix it. Okay, we're going to start off doing the same thing. Make sure you got your placement right too before you put a foil down, because once it touches that nail, that's it. You can't move things around, because part of your design is going to start to come off of the backing paper. Okay, we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to smooth it out, rub it down on there. And now what am we doing? I'm digging around for something now. Another thing too with the foil glue, you need to let it sit a little as it comes out of the lamp, but don't want it to sit too long. If it sits too long, it also doesn't want to stick sometimes. So don't do like a whole rack of nails with the foil glue and then start working your foil, and then by the time you get to the third and fourth one, it's not working as well. That's probably why. I usually do 2 at a time, and then once I get those done, then I'll do the foil glue on the next couple or whatever ones I'm doing. And there's the requisite hair for this video. Okay, we're going to keep rubbing that down. You can see around the edges how it starts to come loose of the backing. Now you'll see, well, wait, I'm not done getting the side edge down. This side, that side was okay. The side there on the left is where I had problems. You see that little bit where it's not released from the backing stuff? You can see where it's still stuck on there. I think the foil glue just in that spot it did not get enough or something. I don't know, but you'll see when I go to take this off in a minute when I get the rest of that smoothed out. And we're digging around in my drawer for something. Or maybe not. And there's that one spot over there. I'm thinking that had to be the issue. There just wasn't enough glue in that spot. I must have missed it as I was putting it on there. Now see, it looks like it's down, but then when I go to take it off, it's not. So we're going to have to do some repair on this one. Okay, we're going to gently lift it off. Now see all that where it didn't stick right there? And I did a lot of rubbing on there, so clearly it's a glue issue on that one. So all we're going to do is get it sorted out. We're going to put it back on the stand and hopefully it will stay. And then I'm going to add some more foil glue to that area where it's missing. Sorry for the airplane, guys. We don't live all that far from an Air Force base, so every now and then we get loud aircraft going over. Okay, we have cured that. It is back out of there now. It sat there and cooled a little bit. And now I'm going to attempt to line that back up and get that side edge foiled up. Now see, we want to get this back to where it was. With this kind of a design, it's not as big a deal, but if you have a really intricate design going, you really want to, it's really hard to line them back up sometimes. Hence the reason I say don't pull it off real quick. Alright, here we go. There was a little bit missing on the top. See, now the side part is on, mostly. This one kind of looks a little worse for wear here. There's a little bit on the top that wasn't there. I did go back in later on and fix that. But there we go. Oiling is done, and now we're moving on to the final step, which is the top coat. I'm going over these with a matte top, as that is what she requested. I thought about giving these all a real thin outline around the edges with gold, but she didn't want that. And then I tried to do a really thin gold French on the free edge. She didn't want that either, so all we have are these plain Jane ones here. Well, it was less work for me, but it's killing me not to put any extra stuff on there. You guys know how I like my embellishments. Okay, that's the last one. Make sure they're nice and smooth, and in they will go as soon as I'm done fussing with them. I think there was a fluff on that one. Those will go in to be cured. And presto changeo, here we are, all done. That is the finished set. This is totally not my best work. I'm not super happy with these, but that's what you wanted, so that's what she's getting. If by chance you like this set, you want to give them a like, that would be great. Otherwise, you can subscribe if you want to see more. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time.